Hello, everyone. So, as you read from the title, I have some news about a ship. Um, so it's kind of more of a story thing, different than what I normally do on the channel. But today, as of today, the date being September 18th, 2020. I learned that a cruise ship I went on has finally arrived in the scrapyard. If any of you guys don't know what a scrapyard is, it's really self-explanatory. It's well, usually a ship, sometimes like cars or really any kind of vehicle, go to be scrapped for parts, meaning they'll take them apart, and a lot of the metal is melted into metal bars to be used for other things. Normally, when a ship gets scrapped, its parts are used on a different ship. But yeah. So I was a passenger. So this is where the story begins. I was a passenger on board the cruise ship Carnival Imagination, and it was my first cruise I've ever been on. This all happened last year, by the way. Oh, not the scrapping, but the story that I'm telling right now happened a year ago. Yeah, so I was a passenger, and on that ship, and so we were, I kept telling, we gotta go on a cruise, because I, love cruises, even though this was the first one, I'm like, wow, that was really fun. So, yeah, I went on board the ship, and it was really cool. First, the entrance I made, where the entrance was, where you board the ship, had this, if you guys don't know, it was an atrium, but if any of you guys don't know what an atrium is, it's pretty much like a room, except it's really tall, goes up to usually the top deck of the ship, and has a little dome on the top, and it was really cool, because that was my first impression of the ship. I mean, I saw it from the outside, but my first impression of the inside was this really big room, really tall. It spanned 7 decks, and it was amazing. So, anyways, the cruising route that we were on was we boated in Long Beach, and then we went to, let's see, so that was like in the evening. By the time we left the bay, it was night, so we were sleeping in. By the time we woke up, we were, anchored next to Avalon and the Catalina Island, and we went off into little ferries and hung out there for that day. Then we went back onto the ship. Next day, when early morning, I remember sailing away from Avalon. It was so cool. I remember playing mini golf on the top deck while we were there. That was pretty fun. But yeah, anyway, so the next day, we woke up, in about I'd say 9 in the morning. We were eating breakfast, and there's a buffet in the back of the ship. That's where we were, and the sides kind of stick off the side of the ship. So if you were in the right area, you could look off, and you could see what's in front of the ship, and it was really cool, even though you were very in the back. and we were arriving in Ensenada, Mexico. And Ensenada, I've never been in a different country before, and that was really cool. I had some, what was it, a virgin margarita. They're really good. And yeah, and then the day after that, we had a day at sea, which was just ocean, and we had a tour of the ship, like all like, behind the scenes, like the bridge and engineering. We saw the engines. That was really cool. We saw all this stuff across the ship, and it was amazing. And yeah, so we did that, and yeah, you could see no land. You were in the middle of the ocean. You could see no land anywhere around you, and it was really, really cool. And then the next day we arrived back in Long Beach, and we went back home. And yeah, so that's pretty much the story of what it was like there. Oh, my story of what cruise ship was like, and really briefly. Oh, not really briefly. It's been like 6 minutes now since I started this video, but yeah, and even though it was like 4 days, and it's not that much, but in those 4 days, we made a lot of good memories on that ship, and we liked it. It was an older ship made in 1995, which at the time it was a pretty luxurious ship, meaning there was a lot of fun stuff to do, but by today's standards, there wasn't much stuff to do. But it was still fun, because it's not all about the actual ship that you go on that makes the experience. It's really mainly the memories you make on that ship. And yeah, that's it. If you've ever been on a cruise ship before, you're kind of attached to the ship because you've made memories on board it. It's you've had good experiences. Yeah, and 18 days ago, I learned that the Carnival Imagination was heading to the scrapyard. Well, it was actually 17 days, because the first day that it left port from the east coast of South America, I heard that it was leaving. I looked up a tracker, and I was tracking it. I didn't even know it was going to be scrapped yet. But I saw it leaving port, and I'm like, oh, I wonder where it's going. And a little bit later, I heard news that Carnival has been scrapping a lot of ships, and people think the Imagination is next, because it's an older ship, and it's been sailing away from shore across the Atlantic Ocean, and no one really knows why. Knew why. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, I think it's going to be scrapped. And I'm like, oh, I really hope it's not. But that's the sad truth, is that it's being scrapped. Yeah, 16... Wait, no, I already said that. So I'm going to show the video of the ship arriving in port right now. Be right back. Alright guys, so as you saw from that video, you can see it was pretty tight spaced, and if you saw the ship to the right of it, of the Carnival Imagination pulling in, to the right of that, like the bow was gone and all that stuff was gone. That was its sister ship, I believe, the Carnival Fantasy. And yeah, so that one's also being scrapped. That's one of the older Carnival cruise ships, and yeah. yeah, it's kind of sad because I've made a lot of memories on that ship, and I know my family has too. And well, kind of sad to see it go, but we will eventually. Well, yeah, I know that once this coronavirus thing goes away, we will go on another cruise, and I'm excited for them. And um, if anyone that has been on the Carnival Imagination is watching this right now, I wanted to say that I feel for you. You know, it's hard to watch a ship that you've been on go to the scrapyard, to be taken apart, and it'll never be put back together. It'll that ship will never come back from there. It goes there, and it never comes back. That's how it works. But yeah, sorry guys, this is just, I gotta get this off my chest because, I've been kind of sad about it, because I made memories on it. But, yeah, so I will be resuming just like random videos instead of this thing. Oh, my finger got in the frame again. But yeah, so, yeah, so, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and bye.